Here are 12 annoying experiences that, if you're a Sigma male, you've probably had. Sigma males are often misunderstood, and their distinct perspective frequently perplexes others. They feel like no one gets them, but that's okay, they're used to it. They continue to power through life with their own set of morals and values, even if it means being alone. Constant inquiries about your well-being. Because Sigma males tend to be quite stoic, it can be challenging for others to read their emotions. As a result, people frequently ask them how they're doing when they're actually doing just fine. This can be frustrating because they feel like people are always doubting their emotional state. It would be nice if people would just take them at their word. Sigmas are often told to smile more, even when they are perfectly happy with their current facial expression. People mistakenly assume they are sad when they are just deep in thought. 2. You said something totally obvious and no one understands. Sigma males find this frustrating, even though they understand that people are just trying to show concern, because others frequently don't comprehend or take Sigma guys seriously. Despite their wealth of knowledge and wisdom, they aren't always able to share it with others. It can be upsetting to try to share your insights with others and find that they just don't grasp it. Sigma men often feel as though they are speaking to a brick wall, especially when it comes to topics they are passionate about. They know they have a lot to offer, but it can be challenging to get others to see it. This can be frustrating, especially when they are attempting to assist someone who is struggling, as Sigma men are often ahead of the curve. Despite the frustration, they do this out of necessity, because if they don't, people will simply ignore them or think they are crazy. Sigma men are skilled at identifying the root source of issues and the long-term effects they will have, which allows them to identify issues that other people aren't even aware exist. 3 things happen to Sigma males. 1. They are misinterpreted and viewed as strange or weird. 2. They look awful in literally every photo. And 3. Many of them think it's okay to just feel happy without making a big upward display of happiness. Sometimes their faces remain so flat and expressionless that it appears as though they're trying to grimace. This flat face is so natural that it still surprises them when they're told to smile. However, when they try, it just makes them look like hostages who were ordered to act happy for the camera. Of course, some Sigmas have perfected the art of faking a smile. Nonetheless, the majority of people continue to appear uncomfortable in pictures, which may be really upsetting, especially when they're attempting to snap a lovely picture with their significant other, knowing a better way, but no one will ever believe you. Sigma men frequently have information that could significantly improve a situation. They share it, but no one will believe them, and there are no good options available. This can be frustrating, especially for those who know they are correct, but choose to argue like pushy jerks or let someone else ruin their day, even while attempting to assist others. Sigma guys have to deal with a lot of doubt and suspicion, since people are usually reluctant. Sigmas who only wish to assist others better, their life may find this to be highly inconvenient, even when it's for the best. Having your personal space invaded without permission. Sigma men value their alone time and personal space above all else. This is because they are introverts who need time to rejuvenate after spending too much time with people. It can be frustrating for those who are used to being around extroverts to hear Sigma men explain to others why they need alone time, as it can be challenging to understand. They need time to reflect on their lives and think, and they can't do that when they're constantly around other people. Sigma males often feel that they need to put up a wall to keep people out of their personal space. They can be perceived as rude or antisocial, when in reality, they're just trying to protect their energy levels. It's not that they're sick. They just need time to themselves in order to function properly. They dislike unexpected guests or when their routine is interrupted without notice, because they prefer to be in control of their surroundings. And their time you usually find out about stuff last, because they're not interested in gossip or small talk. Sigma males are frequently unaware of what's going on in the world. This can be frustrating, especially when it seems like everyone else is aware of events, while Sigma men are living in their own bubble. Despite this, Sigma men don't mind it too much, because they know they're not missing out on anything significant. They simply don't always care about the same things as other people, and their priorities are different from everyone else's. Many Sigma men find it funny when they're the only ones unaware of a major news story. They simply shrug and continue, understanding that life is about more important things than what's going on in the world. Many Sigma men don't watch TV or read the news because they consider it to be a waste of time. Instead, they usually learn about new information through word of mouth, or by chance sometimes, even by being told to calm down or smile when they're already feeling great, because they tend to internalize their feelings. Sigma men may come across as cold or indifferent, but it doesn't mean that they don't express their feelings. On the outside, people mistakenly believe that Sigma men are always angry or stressed out when in fact, they are very content with life and don't need to put on a fake smile for others. Their faces appear pretty unhappy, even when they are feeling extremely happy, because they view emotions as private and typically hold their feelings, even positive ones. The things that give them the most pleasure are purpose-driven, activities that other people don't view as fun. So, they wear a serious expression that others mistake for stress or pain. 8. You're the one who stands out the most all the time. Since they are unique individuals who follow their own path rather than following the crowd or following social norms, Sigma males frequently feel as though they don't belong in the rest of society. This can be very upsetting, especially when others are always criticizing them, because being different isn't necessarily a bad thing. Sigma men frequently feel like they must defend their decisions and behaviors to others. Instead, they embrace their individuality. It might seem that a Sigma man is living in another planet when people are content with mediocrity. This is not to argue that Sigmas are the most intellectual individuals in the world. Nonetheless, they do have a tendency to think differently from the average person. They tend to be more introspective and independent, which only serves to compound their sense of misinterpretation. They typically find their niche in life and create their own little universe, which can be quite fulfilling and lessen their sense of isolation in a world that defies comprehension. 9 times out of 10 people will regard your quiet as pride. Men that are Sigma men tend to be quiet and like to listen and watch, which might be interpreted as conceit. It is a common misconception that Sigmas are conceited or superior to others. Nevertheless, this couldn't be further from the reality. Sigmas just don't feel the need to break the silence with pointless conversation. This quiet nature makes them seem unapproachable. But once you get to know them, you'll find that they're some of the most down-to-earth people you'll ever meet. They're not stuck up. Rather, they just don't see the need to talk for the sake of talking. They would much rather have a deep conversation about something they're passionate about. It's just that people mistake their silence for arrogance. This can be quite frustrating for Sigmas because although they may not say much, when they do speak, it's usually something worth listening to. They are frequently the voice of reason in a group because they possess the ability to reason before speaking. Your mind is always in the clouds. The constant daydreaming and introspection of Sigma males can be quite annoying to those around them. It's not that Sigmas don't want to be present. Rather, their minds are constantly racing with ideas and problems, whether they be new or ongoing projects. This constant thinking can be quite exhausting, but it also contributes to their creativity and innovation, as they are constantly coming up with new ideas that can annoy people who just want them to concentrate on the work at hand. This is another quality that makes them excellent problem solvers. They can always look at a situation from a new angle and devise creative solutions. People frequently accuse you of having no heart due to their tendency to speak their minds and tell things straight. Sigma males often have a tough exterior and can come across as cold or heartless. They are not the kind of people who try to cheer others up or sugarcoat things, which can be mistaken for being heartless, but it's really just their honesty. They would rather tell you the truth, even if it hurts, than lie to you and make you feel good. Sigma males may be rather forthright and direct in their communication. They don't believe in playing games and will tell you straight up. Depending on the individual, his may or may not be a positive thing. Some people value their candor. Some people find it off-putting. But you can't accuse them of being dishonest because they are always upfront and honest about their intentions. However, if a situation gets serious enough, a Sigma's typical response is to withdraw inside of themselves and try to figure out a solution by thinking things through from the start. This can come across as heartless because they aren't emotional beings, but that's just the way their minds work. It takes little to be joyful. Sigma guys frequently discover that being alone makes them happy. Sigma men love the simplicity and appreciate the little things in life, which is what makes them some of the happiest people you'll ever meet. They never boast about their possessions or try to keep up with the Joneses, which is why they are happy doing their own thing and don't need others to entertain them. This can be quite difficult for others to understand. They are the lone wolves of society and are perfectly okay with their own company. They frequently have to explain to others that they're not lonely. They just enjoy their alone time because they don't allow their material belongings to find them. As alien, you can't tell the difference between a typical Sigma and a wealthy one. If you like the video, subscribe our channel. Thank you.